Hello, my name is Josiah, and welcome to today's presentation on the PDPA Public Consultation Act. It was established in Singapore on the 2020. So, what is the PDPA? The PDPA stands for the Personal Data Protection Act. It was first started in 2012, and its purpose is to govern the collection, use, and disclosure of personal data by organizations in a manner that recognizes both the right of individuals to protect their personal data and the need of organizations to collect, use, or disclose personal data for purposes that a reasonable person would consider appropriate in the circumstances. It is upheld by the PDPC. The PDPC refers to the Personal Data Protection Commission. Its mission is to promote and enforce personal data protection so as to foster an environment of trust among businesses and consumers. This contributes to a vibrant Singapore economy. Its functions are to serve as Singapore's main authority in matters relating to personal data protection and represent the Singapore government internationally on data protection related issues. So, what has the PDPC done to administer the PDPA? Firstly, they balance the protection of individuals' personal data with organizations' need to use the data for legitimate purposes. Secondly, they will implement policies related to personal data protection and develop advisory guidelines to help organizations understand and comply with the PDPA. Thirdly, they review organizations' data protection practices and issue decisions or directives for compliance when necessary. Lastly, they also work with sector regulators to oversee compliance in their respective domains. Other functions of the PDPC include education and outreach. This is where they conduct educational and outreach activities to help organizations adopt good data protection practices and also provide individuals like yourself with a better understanding of how they can protect their own personal data from misuse. Secondly, they also oversee the Do Not Call registry that ensures individuals like us receive only telemarketing messages that we want. The PDPA Public Consultation 2020 is an update on the PDPA Act. It seeks to strengthen the accountability of organizations and enhance the PDPA's framework for collection, use, and disclosure of personal data to enable meaningful consent. Secondly, it also amends the PDPA to provide for greater consumer autonomy over their personal data and increases the deterrence and strengthen the effectiveness of the PDPC's enforcement efforts. So, do any of you own a smartphone or a computer and access social media sites and other websites? The answer is probably yes for all of us. If you have done so, your information is now on the internet and it can be accessed by various companies and data providers. If you have ever made any online purchases or subscribed to any services, think about a few such as Amazon, Lazada, or Netflix. When using such services, we often have to agree to terms and conditions. But do we really read those terms and do we really know what are listed? Such terms and conditions often include allowing the developers access to our data usage patterns. So why should we care about the PDPA Public Consultation Act? Well, the PDPA exists to protect individual data subjects, which refers to every single one of us. It also helps to regulate the data collected by the companies and prevents companies from misusing your data. Thirdly, Singapore is a first world country and the PDPA seeks to uphold our data protection policies to similarly high international standards. The PDPA Consultation Act is a form of media governance. It includes policies that helps the Singapore government control and protect our personal data. The Do Not Call registry is also an important part of the PDPC's effort in protecting our personal data. Yeah, think about all the spam calls that you have gotten and spam messages from the companies trying to sell you products that you do not want and involve you in marketing schemes. The DNC registry is a way in which you can protect yourself from all this harassment. So, as an individual, what can we do to protect ourselves? Firstly, we can secure our passwords. Secondly, we can protect our web browsing. Thirdly, we can use antivirus software. And lastly, we should always read terms and conditions and browse the internet responsibly. So what happens when your data is leaked? Your data can be used by companies to influence your browsing habits. This can be in the form of advertisements and even to influence your beliefs, such as your voting habits. Your personal data can also be leaked to illegal organizations looking to carry out scams. If you have any questions, you can visit the PDPT website or even email me, and I will try to answer any questions that you have. Thank you for your time.